G'day guys and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're talking about 3006 versus a Sambar Shoulder. If you ask any old boy what the best go-to hunter cartridge is, they're probably going to say 3006. Unless they're American, then they'll say 3006. 3006, it's been around for a bloody long time. It's been around since 1906, hence the name. In this test, I'm shooting a 150 grain interlock. This is Hornady American whitetail. I picked 150 grain because everyone that I asked that uses 3006 uses 150 grain. I do know there are people out there who use 180 grains, and I have heard of people going up even further than that to 200 grains and potentially even 220s. But that's not as common as just off-the-shelf 150s. I also picked 150 because it's very similar to 308. It's only going 150 feet per second faster. So this is going to cover both our 3006 and our 308. Now, when I went and did this testing, I couldn't actually get my hands on a 300 Win Mag, which I would like to have shot, but I couldn't get one in time. So this is the medium ground between 308 and 300 Win Mag. So just minus off some performance for 308 and add some performance to 300 Win Mag, and you're going to have a fair understanding of what those three cartridges are capable of doing. They are all the same bullet, just going at different velocities because of how big the cartridge is and the amount of powder you have. We'll throw across the range now. We're going to shoot this Sambar Shoulder. We're going to see how this does. Alright, so 3006 out of my custom Zastava M70 with a swan barrel and a magazine conversion. So it's a pretty cool rifle. Let's see how this does against the Sambar Shoulder. Pretty well. I would say that did pretty bloody well because it's flung it back to here. Normally they just flop over. That's a decent sized hole. 3 fingers ish. We've had a bit of devastation here. Yeah. Alright. A little bit of lead in that one. Like one fragment or something. Ow. That really did hit surprisingly hard. Harder than I was expecting. So that was still good. Alright, so there's half the bullet in there, a bit of lead and copper. And the rest of it looks like it's in. Well, there's the shank here, so the rest of it's down in there. There's the lead and a little bit of jagged from the first bottle, which is number 4. And then number 5 is the rest. There you go, there's the rest of the bullet there. It didn't really hold together very well, but we do have a mushroom. So, as you can see, that did marvellously, actually. It had a fair bit of hit onto target. So this was chronoed at 2,900 feet per second. So at the muzzle, that's 2,800 foot-pounds of energy. At 100 meters where that target was struck, that is 2,300 foot-pounds of energy. So that's a fair bit of energy. And as you can see, a fair bit of energy as it's imparted onto that target. By my calculations, that's one pretty bloody dead deer. So 3006, is it good for Sambar? You better bloody believe it is. Is 308 good for Sambar? At the correct ranges, yes it is. Is 300 Win Mag good for Sambar? I would actually go out on a limb and say that 300 Win Mag is the most popular Sambar cartridge that's going off asking a hell of a lot of people who hunt Sambar deer, and most of them stick to the 30 cals and a hell of a lot of them stick to 300 Win Mag. I'm sure if you go into any gun shop in Victoria and ask for a Sambar gun, they're going to probably try and sell you a 300 Win Mag. This video is one video in a series of videos. There is a playlist where I'm comparing cartridges against real world conditions, being that I'm shooting actual Sambar hind shoulders, to give everyone an understanding of what the cartridges are actually capable of doing, so that you're not just fiddle-farting around looking at data and not actually understanding the correlation between data and real world effect. So, stay tuned for the other videos. Stay tuned for the final episode where I'm actually going to compare all of these cartridges against each other, and we'll see which one comes out as the best. So, I hope you got something out of that. I will see you next video, and hooroo.